Well, hello everyone. We are going to go over the satellite startup and shutdown procedure for the PCC trailer for the Florida Baptist Disaster Relief Communications Unit. First, before we deploy the antenna, what we want to do is we want to verify our site setting, where we place the trailer. We want to make sure that the antenna has no obstructions. There could have been a branch or something got caught up in the antenna, so we're going to verify on the roof that there's nothing there to obstruct its movement. Once we do that, we're going to come inside here. We're going to look at the two antenna controllers. The top one is a backup controller we don't use. The bottom one is our main controller. So all we're going to do is we're going to come in, verify that we're going to touch the right one, and turn the power on. Once we turn the power on, we're going to watch it boot up on the LED. It's going to say monitor check, please verify. Now, prior to deployment, you should have went to dishpointer.com and put in the address for our satellite to find out what the elevation and compass heading was that we're going to need to point to dish to in case we have to manually do that. But it's more important to know that when you set up the trailer so that you can look at the horizon to see that we have a clear view of the sky for the antenna prior to deployment. So as it starts up, it says ready, and it's in idle, and it's now trying to figure out what's going on. It says it's stowed. We're going to want to go outside and verify its movement once it starts going up. Now that the power's on, we know that this is ready. The ready light comes on, we push run. It's going to take a couple seconds. It says startup. It's looking for satellite 116.8. And I hear movement on the roof, so we're going to go out and verify that it is actually moving.
Okay.
Now we verified that the satellite is moving into its position. As it goes up, it's going to raise up into a position. Then it's going to start searching to discover where it's at through a compass heading. It's going to discover its north-south bearings. Now the antenna will point 180 degrees on one side, and then come back and point 180 degrees on the other side. And all it's doing is trying to locate where it's at in the world so it can calculate the azimuth and direction to point the antenna for our satellite. As it goes up, the compass has come up and it's giving us some readings here. So as things are moving, we know that the system is currently trying to find the satellite and get its bearing. Everything's working fine. It's a pretty simple system. There's not a lot for us to do except wait. Once it finds where it's going to go, then it's going to go into developing and honing in on the exact signal so that we have the best input output we can get. Now it's waiting on its GPS and it's scanning.
Okay.
So as the antenna is finding its bearings, it's working with the modem. This is the modem part of the unit. We had the power come on, we have a green status. We don't have a network light yet because the antenna is still trying to locate the satellite, and it's got a receive orange light because right now it's looking for the receive signal to hone in on. Once it has a good receive light, that'll turn green, and they're going to flash on and off several times. And once this turns green, we're going to move over to the transmit. This won't come on until we have a lock. Once we have a lock, the transmit will come on green, and you don't want to be up on top of the roof anytime the satellite is on lock and it's streaming microwaves out. So as we're doing this now, if you look back up here, you'll see peaks. And what it's going to do is it's going to bring this number, and it's moving the dish this way, and it's moving the dish this way until it can bring it up and hone in on the signal. There's a signal 6.5 right now. We want that signal to be somewhere between 8, 9 is where we want to be to have a good lock. And it's going to keep working that elevation and horizontal axis until we achieve that. Once we get into the 9s, we're going to get a transmit lock and it'll start transmitting. Well, welcome back from our short pause. While we did that, our peaks have come up to above 9, and we had the transmit light turn green, and we had the network come on to show that now that it's transmitting, it's going to connect to the network right here. This green cable is our network connection from the satellite modem into our network. And now the system's up and running, and we can transmit, we can send email, we have the phones hooked up to it, and we can make a phone call from our PCC. Thanks. Okay, in order to stow the antenna after we wrap up operations or we have to move the trailer, there's a quick and easy step to do that. First, what we want to do is we want to stop the antenna. So we're going to come up to the run stop button, and we're going to push stop. The green light on stop will come up, and then we verify that it stops by looking here to see what the reading is. Everything's looking good. It says ready. So now, in order to stow the antenna, we got to come to the minus key, because there is no stow or a button that you would recognize on how to close this down. So you use the minus key and you push and you hold it, and it'll come up to stowing. Then once we do that, we want to go outside, verify the movement and that it's being placed away, and then we'll come back. So welcome back. Now that the antenna is stowed, it only took about 30-45 seconds to stow. It'll come up and it'll say it's stowed, and then you'll see these lights going off, coming offline. So the only thing we need to do now is we need to turn the power switch off. Once we turn the power switch off, the modem will catch up and everything will be shut down and ready for transport. Thanks for joining the team.